Paul, thanks for speaking to us. That's the third pre-season test in terms of competitive friendlies, certainly ones that the public have seen. What are your thoughts after tonight's game against Chesterfield?
Well, probably the same as everyone who turned up or watched it elsewhere. We had moments in the game where we were quite good. We managed to defend our own shots. I think we could have had 3 goals in the first 20 minutes, but collectively we weren't good enough, and it's a good shock for the players, really, I think. I think if they thought, excuse me, we could just turn up to the champ because we deserve to be there and it will all be a merry party and ticker-tate and kisses out to everyone, welcome back and all that. It's proven tonight that we've still got a lot of work to do. We knew that, and I know it's a pre-season game, so I'm not going to get too emotional about it. I want to watch it back, but fundamentally we got outrun, outfought, and we got punished. So there's a lot of disappointment in it. There was some very good play, and obviously, you know, my starting 11 aren't playing together, so there's bits and bobs all over the place. I understand that, but we obviously need to see an improvement on Saturday because that isn't the standard that anyone wants to associate with our club.
You experienced it in the game. You will have seen so many pre-seasons. Do you need not moments like that in pre-season, but those, not reality checks either, but little moments that just remind you there's a lot of work to do still?
You don't want them in front of people. You don't mind seeing them on the training pitch, but not in front of people because it is an embarrassing scoreline. You don't want to lose 4-0 in a pre-season game. However, I don't want to get too bogged down on the scoreline, but I didn't think we'd done enough second half. Every time we got into the final third, we didn't really pick the final pass out. There was a real threat to our play at times, but there wasn't enough pace in our play, and I just felt that, and I worried about it before the game. If we turned up with the right mindset. I know it's a pre-season game, I understand that, and fully deserved. Chesterfield, by the way, they took the chances really well, so I'm not knocking that part of the game. I just didn't think that we played anywhere like what we would expect, and fundamentally when people turn up, or when you're trying to win your place in the team, you have to play right on tilt, and we just didn't have enough players playing on tilt today, so that obviously comes down to me. I'm not blaming them, it's on me.
You mentioned some good moments that you saw out there. What did you see out there that sort of gave you sort of encouragement moving forward?
Well, I thought there was a bit of pace and power to our first half display. I thought Caden was a threat in behind all the time. We had a right threat there. And I thought at times we created good opportunities. I thought both wing backs had a real energy, although they're obviously not 90%, but probably about 75% fit. But I thought they put some decent balls in the box. I didn't think we flooded the box enough for my liking. Obviously, David came on second half, looked a lot more composed, and obviously the way we were playing the midfield first half isn't how we're going to play, but it was just about trying to get as many minutes in as many players as we could, and as the games get closer and closer to the start of the season, we'll start working with the real team. Fortunately, Lowy was here from Blackburn watching us tonight, so no doubt he's got in his car terrified from that performance. So it's not trying to give away too much, but it's trying to get game time minimum. I'm not going to get obsessed with the result, but I openly admit I was embarrassed with the scoreline. Obviously, I would like us to score. I thought we started the game really well. The lads really warmed up well, and I thought it was going to be a lot nicer. I just thought that at times their midfield and 10s caused us problems, or when you're playing 3 against 1, the wide centre-half has to jump. I didn't think we did, and I thought, in fairness to Griggy, I thought he was the difference between the two teams. They had a real physical presence up top. He had link-up play. I mean, I love Griggy because I've had him, but he caused our centre-half problems all night, which, is credit to him, but a poor indictment of us.
It's been a little bit mix and match with the teams. You mentioned that there. When does the dynamic of the setup and the pre-season start to change? Because you've also done a lot of double sessions with the players as well.
Yeah, they carry a bit of fatigue, but that's no excuse. Chesterfield look fitter and stronger than us, so and I presume they've trained reasonably hard as well. So it is starting to get a little bit more match-specific, and obviously it will for the next 2 days, because we need to see an improved performance at the weekend, because if not, it makes my job easier to sign more and release more. So fundamentally, it needs to improve, because that isn't representative of us as a club. So. We'll look forward to the game on Saturday and put right what were wrongs. And come the first game of the season, if you perform well and you win, you don't even think about these. But at the moment, it's a bit of a stinger, because I didn't honestly see it coming. So, and like I said, I want to be respectful of the opposition. I thought they'd done really well.
You mentioned David Ozo, though. He came on in the second half. We got his deal done at last. How pleased are you to get him in?
Yeah, good. I thought he passed forward. He's got a physical presence to him. You can see, obviously, he's only been in the building for like 24 hours, so it's going to take him some time to settle down. But I thought he looked really good, and yeah, I thought he he was one of the highlights. He only played 20 minutes, bless him. But I thought Josh Vicker's done really well, in fairness, prior to that, although he conceded 2 goals. But the first goal, it's a runner, which doesn't really happen to us, and the second goal, there's you got a back 3 and a centre forward, my height, gets ahead of it in the 6-yard box, is a concern. So obviously there's mistakes that are going to happen in these games, I appreciate, but what could go wrong possibly did go wrong tonight. And then the free kick, and obviously we've got younger players on near the end of the game. But yeah, so there was good things. I didn't go crazy at half time, because I quite liked, there was portions of our play I really liked, but fundamentally as a team I just don't think we defended well enough.